All right, wonderful. Then we're good to begin. So let's hear a round of applause for
Thank you, friends. All right. Who knows about Solana? All right. so it's actually probably maybe for the best that I'm not on the main stage and we're just gonna hang out and be friendly because we're all friends and it's good. Yeah. So we're gonna go through some of like the ecosystem updates, and I was assuming it was gonna be a little bit more like general, but since you all kind of know what the deal is, maybe there are a few updates that you haven't heard about because our ecosystem is insane. Like there's so much going on, I can't even keep track of it. So yeah, what is Solana? We often think about it in these different 3 layers of abstraction. Obviously, we have our beloved blockchain, fast, cheap, decentralized L1. We have a technology platform, all the tools and resources, all the different things that are built on top of it. And obviously we have our economies, our beloved communities, and everything that comes together to create a world-class on-chain city, global capital formation and movement. As you can see, we're beautifully decentralized thanks to all of our beloved nodes and friends. Currently, well, since August, 4.5K all around the world, and we have our incredible partners here, staking facilities. Actually, Super Team has our very own validator, but we'll see how we go on time. I actually have a lot to get through. There are some really cool, I have very abbreviated updates around the different exciting tech things that are going on that if you're not deeply familiar with our ecosystem, maybe you haven't heard of, but because most everybody here I'm friends with, you probably know because we chat about this a lot. So, first up, Fire Dancer is the sexiest thing to happen since, yeah, can we Fire Dancer? Yeah. Solana is one of the very few L1s besides ETH and Bitcoin to have other validator clients. This makes our network that much more secure and decentralized. It's being developed by I believe they're called GigaChads over at Jump, or cracked devs, that's another term. And the more validator diversity, the greater network resiliency. It's written in C, and it is next level. They're optimizing the hardware as well. There's going to be some updates at Breakpoint in about a week or so. So keep tuned. There's a lot of things going on, and it's already live on mainnet, testnet. So there's a few things that are going to be exciting then. Account compression. You thought Solana was cheap already. Things have just gotten a lot more compressed and cheap and exciting. Not just accounts, but also NFTs. So they actually reduce stake costs by storing Merkle roots, which is very exciting. So in practice, this actually looks like the fact that if you have a PDA account, it gets 160 times cheaper. Solana is already approximately $0.25 cents per transaction, but having general state compression in accounts is a really big deal, because if you know about Solana, everything is an account, and it's a good thing. And also NFT compression has gotten incredibly cheaper as well for things like Drip, or platforms that send out millions of NFTs. This has also become a huge selling point, and yeah, it's 24,000 times cheaper is a pretty big deal, especially if you're looking at things to scale, which, am I standing in the middle? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you get the idea. Token extensions, amazing. So typically there's a lot of these interactions that were really hard to code and challenging for business to adopt different things such as, I'll get to it in a second, but confidential transfers. You can have now complex token behaviors without all of this like really intense coding, because as we know, debbing is hard, and especially it's one of the bottlenecks to bringing on businesses or people that want to get involved with their ecosystem. So now there is an incredible toolkit. It's like app chain-like permissions to control on permissionless network. So before token extensions, doing these kinds of interactions was ridiculously complex and just required a lot of programming and a lot of technical capacity that some of these teams didn't have. With token extensions, it's a very lower code solution that has these different kinds of plug and play options, which, for example, confidential transfers that I mentioned, non-transferable tokens, transfer hooks, transfer fees, all of these different kinds of things that you can add within your project or product and make it that much easier to have very specified but tech-specific extensions within what it is that you're building. UX. So we have a few Blink enthusiasts among us. As you heard maybe from our Ideathon yesterday, there are some Blinks projects that also came out. So Blinks are pretty fresh, hot off the press. They only released maybe 2.5 months ago. It is a revolution in UX, UI. So basically, whatever you have as a Solana transaction, you can have that within a URL that is shared on Twitter, for example. So the UI is pretty seamless. You can scroll through your Twitter and see, for example, something like this. And you can click buy now, it connects your wallet, and you can directly have a Solana transaction within these links. So you don't need to leave your page or app to engage with Solana, and it's very exciting. And people are going a little bit nuts with it. So we just had a Blinkathon, which was like a hackathon for Blinks. There are no more than 360 that are live, and there are 70 teams that shipped 101 projects in less than a week. This was 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I don't know, it's all a blur. It's
2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. So there's a whole bunch of different key growth areas that are happening on Solana. We have obviously gaming, social, DePIN, creators, DeFi, and payments. And there's actually a few others that are getting developed if you look at PayFi and Finternet, goodness things. So I have a few just very brief descriptions of this. So looking at DePIN, how many of us are like really excited about DePIN? Yes, friends, excited on DePIN, yes. Decentralized physical infrastructure networks. I think maybe like 2 years ago, it was just a whisper in the wind. And now everywhere you go, whether it's crypto conferences or wherever, DePIN is becoming one of the hottest and most developed verticals within our ecosystem. Some of the incredible projects, I'll give HiveMapper a little bit more love here, but basically there's been more than 15 million unique kilometers mapped, 25% of all global roads. Basically it's a competitor to Google Street View, Google Maps to track and have updated information from around the world. Power Ledger, tracking, tracing, and trading renewable energy. Chagas, allowing users easier access entry point to PC gaming. So we're seeing a whole slew of different DePIN projects. Solana is becoming one of the fastest growing DePIN networks because it's fast and it's cheap and let's make it. So HiveMapper, as I mentioned, basically you have a dash cam and you can take videos of wherever you drive, you get rewarded, and it's sort of this network all around the world. Like I say, they've now mapped 25%, and this is only in the last few months. So it is a very real competitor to something like Google Maps, but since it's crowdsourced, you get to have this engagement and interactivity with the whole community worldwide as well, and giving earning opportunities for people in different parts of the world as well. Helium is another very exciting and well-known project. Basically, you can deploy a Helium hotspot wherever it is. You also receive tokens, and it is become, especially, so it's in the US right now, and they have the ability to have $20 per month unlimited 5G mobile plans, which is basically all decentralized, and their total hotspots is over 1 million. And they've also just shipped a whole bunch of new updates. And if you know anything about the telecommunications industry, especially in the US and North America, it is a bit of a mafia and it's a monolith. So seeing people to combat this in a decentralized way is very exciting, and they're doing big, exciting things. I feel like I'm getting...
No, we have plenty of time.
Okay.
Making sure there's no technical difficulty.
Okay, it's making me nervous. He's hovering. Okay, more DePIN. XNet is bringing their DePIN networks to Solana, also similar to Helium. And Dawn is bringing decentralized broadband to Solana, so if you ever hear of any of these projects, keep your eyes out. And there's actually a DePIN, what was it, Carla? We were just looking at this DePIN tracker. There's a really interesting site that is now mapping and tracking all the different DePIN projects. Also within Solana, so you can click on the Solana and see the list of the, I think, 36 or more projects that are building really incredible things that are helping impact our real world and bringing decentralized technology in a way that can potentially really impact our lives. And I think it's one of the best onboarding opportunities for people to really understand the power of this tech too. So, but wait, there's more. 2 billion of stablecoins have flowed into Solana just this year. Sphere, Sling, and Decaf are doing really incredible things. Sphere is like 10 million daily volume. Sling is one of the easiest, fastest ways to also send money, now in 50 countries. And Decaf shipped US bank accounts. Anyone can now receive USD and USDC. Are you gonna be the guy with the crinkly, crinkly candies? There's always one, right?
Congratulations.
It's okay.
You got a shout out.
He gets a shout out. Rocky gets a shout out.
We need a cough one now?
Oh yeah, and then we need a cell phone, and then our bingo card is complete, right? So, you might have heard in May, PayPal actually launched USDC on, or PSUSD on Solana, and you can see this beautiful chart that I'm standing in front of that shows the Solana. So ETH has obviously been on partnered with PayPal for a long time, but Solana has recently gotten a lot of excitement around it, especially with the PayPal partnership, and so you can see that there's good things happening there. Stablecoins is, I think, wait, did I? Oh no, we're in the right spot. We're fine. Everything's fine. There's just so much, and this is just a fraction. Like, I actually had to narrow down all of the different things I want to talk about, but you know, Solana DeFi is measured in millions and billions, 1.5 million to 2 million swaps every day this year. Does that, like, these kinds of things blow my mind. Like, the amount of traction and the amount of usability that is going through some of these huge projects. Camino also crossed 1 billion in TVL, billion with a B, and Radium also 600 million earned by LPs cumulatively. This is a big deal. I'm very much. So, also real world assets is a really up and coming hot topic as well. Here's a few of the interesting projects. Devin, wine is an asset class, elements, on-chain commodities ecosystem, and MetaWell with real estate. So some of these are also getting a lot of traction and showing up. See how we can actually use this tech in our everyday lives, and also in terms of real world assets, which hasn't been as developed, but you can see some really exciting things. Speaking of exciting things, we have the Radar Solana Hackathon is actually currently happening. It started on September 2nd. It is the global hackathon. So if you wonder why the Solana ecosystem has so much exciting and incredible projects like I just mentioned, part of it is also because the emphasis on innovation has been really at the core of Solana for a really long time. And basically the hackathons are these intense pressure cookers of 5 to 6 weeks where teams get together and create products that some of them turn into really ecosystem changing engaged projects and companies. At this time we have 600K in global prizes, and then there's a lot more of an emphasis on having those projects have more longevity. So 10 to 15 of the winners will have the opportunity to also join an accelerator and get 250K as for investments. We also, as Super Team Germany, we have local prizes because we love our local teams. We have around 15K just for local German teams, and obviously there is a wide range of tracks as well. But wait, there's more. There's even more side prizes. Thanks to Super Team Global and all of our different partnerships. If you can go to superteam.earn.fun, I have 5 minutes, thank you. There's a lot more opportunities to, just make it rain on yourselves with your incredible hackathon projects. But just wait, there's more. Just when you thought you couldn't be more bullish. Enter global community, Super Team, and Iron Hackathon Smart. So this map is actually all of the physical locations you can go to around the world for hackathon support, which is really incredible to see the different local communities. We have build stations. Actually, form a city. I was going to talk about it. It's the first Solana economic zone in the world, which is a big deal. But basically, TLDR is you can meet up with people all over the world, and it's very exciting. We're here as the community of the best talent, learning, earning, and building in crypto together. And so if you are within the German ecosystem, we're here to support you in whatever way we can. We're a community of builders, marketers, creatives, all different kinds of people. And our goal is just to help contribute and expand the ecosystem in Germany and beyond. And our goal is to support our members and everybody to be as successful as possible and to just keep growing and learning and doing good things. We have some really badass, incredible ecosystem partners as well. Big shout out to Archeum, that's based here in Munich as well, and Solana Beach and Neodyme, and actually Peter from Ironwood, I think he's not there anymore. Anyways, some of our friends, we love them, and obviously TUM Blockchain Club, big hearts to everybody in our ecosystem in Germany. And yeah, so feel free to join us. We have a little booth downstairs if you have any questions. Carlo in the back taking pictures is part of our super team. He's very friendly. I'm Rebekka, and you can also ask me any questions, and we also have technical support. And so if you have any questions or queries, or you want any resources, we are here for you, and we would love to build the future of Web3.
Hey.
I'm on time. There we go.
Great, and just because we finished on time, do we have any other questions from the crowd, please? Anybody at all? Okay,
It's
perfect.
only because I know half the people. That's why it was like extra informal, because we're all friends. It's fine.
All right, then a second round of applause for the most energetic.